Well, here we are now for the second game here today, the Oceania Under-20s Championships. We're on rugby.com.au and, of course, Oceania Rugby here at lovely Bond University. The sun's just about to set. But I'll tell you what's not going to set, the action here between Australia and Fiji. With us again, Sam Phillips. You'll be with us in the commentary box. You're looking forward to this one, mate?
Mate, it's going to be a ripper. Can't wait. The Aussies made a few changes and Fiji showed that in the second half the other night what they can do. So should be a really good contest.
Yeah, certainly. Well, as you mentioned, the changes out there. You know, we've got the fly halves, the halfbacks and the forwards. Do you think the combinations are going to struggle?
No, I think bringing in Yusufora at halfback is going to be a good move. I really like him. I think he's a really good player. The back line, getting the Hunt, Riley combination, the Queensland combination back in the centres is going to be interesting. And getting a guy like Clay Ewan, who showed those sort of moments of brilliance the other night, getting him back into the side on the right wing is going to be really interesting to watch.
Yeah, certainly will. We know he's dazzling with his feet as well. And what about the second row, the locks? Darcy Swain coming in. That's a big boost for them as well.
Yeah, him and Swinton coming in. Swinton came on and made a couple of big hits the other night. So it'll be interesting to see how those boys take on what is a big Fijian pack.
Yeah, certainly. We saw the front row last week. They are monstrous. How do you think they're feeding them here at Bond University?
I think they're going to be fed pretty well, mate. They'd want to have plenty of stocks because there's some big boys.
Very good. We're going to go upstairs right now for all the action with Sam and I for this game between Australia and Fiji Under-20s. Well, welcome everybody to the second game here on rugby.com.au, and we're up here in the heights of the Bond University grandstand, ready to watch some more superb rugby between the Australian Under-20s taking on the Fijian side. And with me up here, Sam Phillips. Gee, we ran fast up here, didn't we, between matches?
Lucky they're at the same ground, mate. That's all I'll say.
Yeah, very good. And we saw the Australian side the other night. They put in a dominant performance against the Samoan side, as did New Zealand against Fiji. How do you see this game playing out, mate?
Mate, I think the Fijians are going to be tougher than what we saw from Samoa the other night, but I think the Aussies are really going to start working into their combinations, and I think they'll get the win here tonight.
Yeah, a bit of jostling there coming out on the field through the cattle gate, yes, as they call it here at Bond University, and a couple of changes made. They're going to get the anthems underway in a second for both sides with a couple of changes out there, and we're going to get the Fijian anthem first. Of course, the referee here today, Jordan Way, rewarded for his great work throughout the season so far. And the Australian side lined up facing the Eastern Grandstand here at Bond University.
For the national anthem.
As we're going to hear now the Fijian anthem to kick off this Oceania Under-20s Game 2 here at Bond University. And we see there the pride in the Fijian jersey as we go now to the Australian anthem, led by Captain Reece Hewitt. And everybody upstanding here at Bond University for the anthems. That's always a pleasure. As we'll take a look now at the team sheets as the Fijian side come and take off those wonderful Vodafone jackets that they're wearing. Of course, the Australian side, the front three's the same, and they were very good the other night, weren't they, Sam?
Yeah, that was superb. They dominated the scrum, and they got through plenty of work around the park as well.
Yeah, certainly. We looked at the opposition there, Kavu and Tagi. They're massive humans out there for the Fijians, so it's going to be a very good battle up front. And I can't wait to see Matawalu and Nava Bale partner up in the halves as well for the Fijians. As we go now to the pre-game proceedings here at Bond University. And the Fijians the other day in his dance, they attacked the New Zealand haka. It was a sight to see. Yes, and the Australian side standing solid as well. Of course, Australia playing in the gold and green, the traditional Wallabies colours. And a little clap and cheer there for the Wallabies too. Haven't seen that one. Oh, sorry, the Australian under-20s. Haven't seen that one brought out before. It was almost like a folk dance, Sam.
Yeah, I think I saw them going through that in the warm-up before, so it must be something Chrono, the coach, has brought into this squad.
Yeah, he certainly is looking for the side to play a bit more structured today. As Nick Juice has the ball. Only played a half last week and came from the field, but he was good and provides a lot of width, doesn't he, for this Australian side?
Yeah, he was sharp. He was very sharp. Yeah, he only came off as he was working through his rehab. Expect to see a bit more of him tonight.
So referee Jordan Way out in the middle, checking with the officials on the touchline. And he'll go to the captain in Maganavanua out there for the Fijian side. And this promises to be a very physical confrontation here as he blows time on. And it's showtime here at Bond University. Oh, that's a great restart there. A kickoff by the Australian side, but they lose the ball. The Fijians were standing deep, expecting the deep kick. But it didn't go that way. The Australians had every opportunity and every chance and probably should have taken that. And Simon Cron won't be too happy with that.
No, it was a good start, very good kick, great initiative, but they just couldn't quite bring it down to ground. So we'll see this scrum, the Australian scrum, is very strong the other night, but Simon Cron did say after the match he wasn't sure if that's because their scrum was great or because the Samoans was a bit below average, so we'll see here.
Well, they put in a decent fight against the New Zealand side in the previous match here in rugby.com.au. And the Fijian side, they certainly stood strong then, didn't they, against an Australian side who was attacking the opposite zone. Well, that comes off the back, and Ewan forced to come back. Good start by the Fijians, trying to hold him up, and the Australian squad gets around him. And here's Scott Young here, taking the first carry, as he always does, Sam.
Yeah, he loves a good carry, Angus.
Ball punted downfield. Turugavola looking to counter-attack here. He had a good game the other night. Looking to play wide. And they do very well. There's some space on the far side as it opens up. But Australia comes across in cover. Matawalu sends it wide straight away, and it opens up now. Navabale. Didn't see too much of him the other night. But looking to take the line on, and that ball just coming off, and Hewitt does well to come up with it. But that's a penalty early on to Fiji, and they're certainly playing a little bit differently here than what they were the other night to start off. They were a little bit nervous maybe the other night, and they've certainly come out to show everybody here at Bond University that they're here to play.
Yeah, it's a sharp start. The Aussies won't be happy with that defence, though. The defensive line was staggered, and Fiji were able to cut through as a result. But yeah, that's some good footy by the Fijians to start with. Yeah,
Batanui on the far side showed a bit of pace, didn't he, early on? And as they did the other night, they're going to elect to kick for goal.
There's a bit of this in the Samoan game as well. What do you make of taking shots when you're down 60?
Well, they're not down 60 yet. They'll be in front, Sam, if they get this one.
The Samoans, not the Fijians.
Yeah, don't know what really to make of it, but Obviously a tactic to get them ahead on the for and against, and it worked for them because they ended up getting 26 points on the board.
Yeah.
Or 23 on the board.
And lost the Samoan skipper after the match. Was quite happy with the performance, actually. And they weren't bad, Samoa. New Zealand are just airborne at the moment.
Just the structure and everything going their way as we go back to this game, and the ball is struck there by Batitu and goes wide, just sails to the right, maybe trying to adjust from the wind the other night there. It's just not quite here tonight. It's a lovely night here on the Gold Coast. Of course, if you do want to get to the final day, Australia playing New Zealand here at Bond University on Saturday, and what pundits describe as the big one in this Oceania Under-20s tournament. That's a nice long kick there by Juiced. So the chase is there. They're there in numbers, the Australian teams. Ewan forced to turn and chase. So positioning by Tapo, probably a little bit off track at the moment. The fullback not quite getting across and reading the Fijian. They're finding open space, which was a rarity the other night with Namanu playing at fullback.
Yeah, Samisi Tupou and Clay, you're just struggling in this right-hand side at the moment.
So here's Mafu, goes to the back, and not executing there. Fiji with a really good chance now through Bogadrau. And offside, says the referee. Jordan Ways, Fiji. That's very unlucky because the execution wasn't there at the set piece.
Offside?
Yeah, Jordan Way.
It's interesting.
A couple of interesting interpretations early on by the young referee. Anyway, Juiced. Expect this to go up towards the 22.
He already looks like he's kicking it further tonight, Juiced. He's getting a good purchase on that.
He's had a bit of trouble, hasn't he, with the calf and the ankle and the toe. Just all three. The holy trinity of lower leg injuries has Juiced. So he's just coming good now. He's an exciting prospect in this Australian setup as it comes off the back. Angus Allen throwing the ball wide. Juiced going back to Ewan. Ewan caught in a good tackle there by Leonaku Vajura. Here's Angus Scott Young looking to take them forward again. He was player of the match there the other night. And Angus Allen going again. Here's Hewitt now, the captain, getting through the other side. Certainly showing no signs of any injury worries. Here's Namanu. Namanu bounces out of a couple. He sets up about 10 out. And now Juiced playing wide. Darcy Swain. Only a good pull up. Hunt now spinning away. Playing one out here, the Australian side. Here's Chapman. Chapman trucks the ball forward midfield. Juice comes out to the right. But it's going to be called back for the penalty. I thought the advantage was still there for the Australian side.
Yeah, just a bit slow coming out. The referee's pulled it up. But yeah, as you said in the call there, Gareth, a bit one out from the Aussies. But yeah, getting over the gain line, but that's just through sheer physicality at the moment, not through sort of their structures, I would say.
Yeah, we did see it the other night as well, a little bit disjointed, but it was more so when Juiced came from the field.
Yeah, bit in the second half, and Simon said that after the match, that it turned into a bit of a high school trial, I think he called it.
Quoted in rugby.com.au.
Correct.
By none other than Queensland's #1 scribe, Sam Phillips. Go back to the play here. Mafu with the second throw there. Lucky to get away with that. Yeah, the referee did pick it up.
It's 2 out of 3 lineouts now. That almost looks like miscommunication. The first throw was way over the top.
Well, you do get that when you make a few changes as well. I mean, everything goes well in the training pattern, but come game time, it does affect the execution of the set piece sometimes.
Pressure of it, yeah, for sure. They'll need to fix that up, and I know coaching staff won't be happy with that because that's a good opportunity, attacking opportunity deep in the Fijian 22 there that they've just blown. Just a short arm though, so the Aussies get the ball back.
So let's see if Mafu can. Well, even he was confused. He went to the back of the line out. Big Hewitt standing outside Hunt. So that going over the top again. So if my math serves me correctly, it's 3 out of 4. But the Fijians on a roll early on. Hilinaki Vadra getting them forward as they kick behind Ewan again. Oh, nicely chased there by the Fijians, led by Turugavola. Defensively, he was sound the other night as well as Scott Young called upon again, but this Fijian defence, it's up in the Australian team's face. As Hunt now, they're playing wide and they're playing with little composure at the moment. As they go again. Better stuff as Dylan Riley playing in the centres here today. Played on the wing there the other night. Does well as Hunt gets a no-look pass to Hewitt. Under some pressure, Scott Young. We know where he's going to go, and he's going to go forward towards the halfway. Is Juiced. Now this is better as Johnson Holmes. They play a lot better outside of Juiced. He's got runners inside and out. They go. Mafu. Riley dummies on the inside, and Riley will go all the way. Will he? Oh, he's dropped the ball. Now Fiji has a good chance to counter-attack, but it's going to be called for the knock-on. All he had to do was fall over the line, Sam.
Jeez, you've put the Mocker 5 out there, I reckon. He was home and hose. That's some great footwork by Riley off some fairly scrappy play by the Aussies. That was fantastic. So have a look here. Just chased down with about 5 out and the ball comes loose.
Yeah, great defence and great chase by Batanui.
Just seeing, as the Aussies have the ball here, the Fijians have clearly done their homework because Scott Young is their go-to man off first and second phase play, and there's always 2 or 3 guys swamping him every time he touches the footy. So maybe just need to look to use him as a bit of a decoy because we know how good he is.
Yeah, definitely. They've probably relived the footage from rugby.com.au throughout the week. Of course, if you want to watch the replay of the game, head to rugby.com.au for all your rugby needs. And this is a good scrum by the Australian side as it comes off the back, and Hewitt will go over. Great counter scrum and great awareness shown by the number 8 there, the captain, Reece Hewitt, over for his first.
Yeah, we've seen the Aussies, as we said on Friday night, really dominated that scrum against Samoa, and we've seen their first couple just edging on top there, and that's a result of some great work at scrum time. Reece Hewitt try.
So it looks like Nusafora, of course, the Bond University local, will take the honours here to kick, replacing Lonergan, and there's the try there, just picking up off the back, and again, hats off to the Australian front row.
Yeah, been dominant.
Getting it right that time.
Yeah, they've been superb. It'll be really interesting to see how they go on Saturday night against the Kiwi front row, who really been carving Samoa and Fiji up as well.
Yeah, it's going to be a great battle, isn't it, come Saturday night, as Nusafora lines up this kick. He strikes it. He strikes it well. And the flags go up. So 7-0 early on.
It's a great shot at goal, Nusafora. We saw all the way through the Super Under-20s. They had a couple of options with him and Hamish Stewart, but yeah, he's an absolute star off the tee, Nusafora.
Yeah, and Stewart's still to come back into this side as well.
Yeah, it'd be interesting.
Pending Reds commitment.
Yeah, it'd be interesting to see what happens. I know for a fact the Reds are leaning towards letting Izzy Parisi go for the Worlds. It'd be interesting to see if they do the same for Stewart. You'd think so, considering unless there's an injury to Quade Cooper potentially.
Yeah, certainly a name to look out for in the future, isn't it? As they go deep through Butitu. Playing at 10 the other night was the inside 7 Fiji, and the exit by Australia not the deepest they would have liked. In any case, it'll be Fiji with a good chance to attack here tonight here. Vuvu Koto has the ball. They go to the back and it goes over the top.
Oh God, that was not straight.
Tell you what, they're staying here at Bond University. I don't know how many wheat bix they're having for breakfast, but both throws going over the back, Sam.
Yeah, I was more concerned about the direction of that one. It went over the Fijians' right shoulder. Not good at all. A bit sloppy from both teams, and I think it could be a pretty important factor. Whichever team can get that line out sorted first, we'd be Good decision. Do we have a look at some of the Kiwi boys?
Yeah, they had a good win there, getting up to 80 points, which I believe is a record in the Oceania Under-20s tournament. Points-wise, maybe not so much of the margin. But certainly the first. Good scrum by Fiji. Kicked forward, and here they come. Manawalu chasing through. Oh, it's picked up in the end. But Tapau kicking forward with a very good exit. And Turugavola puts his foot out.
Oh, this
had a great chance there. I don't know. We might get a replay on that.
Sidelines, there's a black sideline and a white sideline about a metre apart, and they're a touch confusing. As we have a look here, no. Yeah, it's very confusing for the young winger there, and he's put his foot out.
It's right below our man in the scaffold there. So, very tight angle here at Bond University, but from my reckoning, I thought he was in. But anyway, Nusafora has the ball. Juiced, looking to play wide. Hunt with Juice coming around, and nobody sees it. Oh! Badaniu was steaming onto it, and he's knocked the ball on, but if he hadn't picked up, I would say shut the gates.
Yeah, home and hosed, I think, if you got that ball. It didn't look like that play went to plan at all, because Juice didn't look like he was expecting to get back. He was kind of trailing behind.
Yeah, the communication at the moment, the Australian under-20s is really not executing. And Simon Crong, although he hasn't got much, will be pulling the hair out.
He's just adjusting his cap on the far side of the grandstand, I can see. Bit comfier conditions for him compared to the other night, mate. Though he said he's used to it, being a...
Well, me and him both.
Being a Kiwi.
As we saw in the pre-match, not sporting the golden locks anymore. Good scrum again by Fiji. Spits out to Nusafora, Juiced. Standing wide, Hunt. We'll see what he does with it. Riley going without it, and again, the execution not there by Australia. So Fiji ready to attack. Bounces off a couple, maybe a knock-on. Yeah, Jordan Way saw it the same as everybody in the crowd, but it's going to be a Fiji feed.
Geez, Ewan's had to do a bit of cleaning up some loose ball here. The concerning thing for the Aussies here is that Hunt and Riley have played a lot of footy together this year for Queensland, and they're the ones that are really not quite clicking yet. And I think that may have something to do with them not having played with Juiced much, him being a Canberra boy. But yeah, they really need to sort of work on that combination, because at the moment it looks worse than the one we saw on Friday night, which is of course Hunt playing with.
Well, the forward play off Juice is pretty good, as you said at the moment. It's just the midfield, as now they go short side. Oh, almost getting away was Turugavola. He looks threatening on this left-hand flank. Matawalu calling his forwards in. Standing at the back. Maybe a turnover. No, referee is going to blow the penalty.
That's stupid. Stupid play. Clay Ewan clearly on the ground holding the ball, trying to slow the Fijian ball down, and the referee's penalised him.
Well, they're up against it at the moment, the Australian side. They're ahead on the scoreboard, 7-0. But it's all Fiji as they elect to take the shot at goal. It's a difficult kick. 5 metres in from the sideline, about 30 out. And I would have bet almost everything I own that they would have kicked for the corner there.
I would have preferred them to go that route, but yeah, I think they understand it. If the game keeps going like it is, it's probably wise to get some points on the board, because it's going to be tight.
Yeah, Petitu, he's a pretty good kicker. As I said before, he was playing in the 10 jersey against New Zealand the other night, and as Turugavola comes back from his wing, and Navabale came on late in the second half. So the combination there already looks pretty good for the Fijian side, doesn't it?
Yeah, it's looking sharp. This is a team that's really looking like they've gelled a bit more, just even in those 3 or 4 days we've had since Friday night. Really starting to put some, especially their defensive work's been really good.
Oh, he's hit that, and he's got the fade on it, so again, not successful with the kick, but he's certainly got the distance on it.
Yeah, he's got a good action. Looked like that might hold its line and sort of switch through, but not to be.
Must be the humidity here tonight. Getting the ball to swing away. as Juice has it now. And he goes deep over the heads of the Fijian side, but here they come. They're looking to counter. No, they're going to go for the kick, sending the ball back. Nusafora is under. Almost a miscommunications. Tapau comes away. Dangerous with ball in hand, but he's brought down 30 out in another very good kick chase by the Fijians. Lockie Swinton taken forward that time. The ball almost escaping Swain's hand, and good second phase play by Allen, getting it on to Scott Young. Juice comes around, and Juice is going to clear them out of danger. And coming back is Navabale. Navabale, plenty of time. Just stays inside the 22, but doesn't find touch. So Tupou, he's looking to counter-attack, has Ewan on the outside, dummies around, and now he's going to be caught. Oh, Riley throws the ball about 2 metres forward to Hunt. So again, the Fijians with a great kick chase, and the Australians here with not much to answer.
Really liked the way Tupou got the ball, saw some space and just took off there, but Ewan and him, just a bit of miscommunication. Around the same line, Ewan ended up switching inside, and that blew. There's a 3-on-2 opportunity here that went begging, and then the ball was under far too much pressure for Riley to get a good pass away.
The gap was also there for the unders line as well. It sort of opened up. All the Fijians were coming across, but in the end, Tupou just couldn't get the ball away. Oh, great scrum again by the Fijians. They're a big front row, and now they look to go wide. Oh, it goes over the head of Badaniu.
Yeah, that's not great footy. It's not great footy. It's started beautifully, great scrum, superb dive pass from the 9, but yeah, just went over the top and it was no good.
We'll see the Samoans there getting in some after-match dietary requirements on the sideline.
Yeah, they were happy. As I said, they're very happy with their performance. They'll take some positives out of that going into a winnable game against this Fijian outfit.
Ball comes off the top. Nusafora, let's see what they do now. Here's Riley. Tapau gets a no-look pass to Ewan. Ewan, he's quick, we know that, but he's wrapped up in 2 strides by the big Tikania. Wow.
That was very impressive cover defence. Looked like he could have got away around his right-hand edge there. Ewan, even though he's sharp, but it's a great chase down by the Fijians.
Yeah, so the Australians are throwing everything at this Fijian side. It's 7-0, they're in front, but at the moment you can just sense the Fijians have the ascendancy here.
Yeah, they're probably not quite on top. They just haven't enough ball to probably put them on top, but at the moment they're really doing what they can to just stunt this Australian attack, which looked a lot better, it must be said, against Samoa.
There's the dust. Settles here. We see another good scrum. Oh, nice footwork there again. The Fijians really cutting them up. Turugavola dangerous every time he has the ball. Oh, out the back, Taki. He was unbelievable. Played like a second 5'8" the other night, and now he's got his team on the front foot on the far side. Great skills shown by the prop forward. Throwing it out the back there. Naomi Donu taking a settler. Johnson Holmes over the ball, but can't get it. Here's Togi again, looking to bump off a couple. Oh, he throws away Hewitt like he was nothing. Patino kicking for himself. Bounces back towards the Fijians, but the Australians come up with it. Probably would have liked to see a settling play there for the Fijians as Chapman. He's a toiler of the front rower. Mafu looking for the ball and just miscommunication. Again, killing this Australian side as he drops the ball.
Yeah, just a bit indecisive by Nusafora there. He looked to put Mafu through a hole, spotted a gap himself, then decided to, as we see here, and then again decided to pass. It was too late by then. Fijians with the ball there, that was a decent set, but they were just still going backwards. They're running a bit too deep at the moment, not getting over the gain line as much as they probably should, and that resulted in an aimless kick which turned the ball over. So the Aussies will be happy with their defensive work there, but yeah, as we keep saying, just struggling to put together some some consistent phase play.
Yeah, for the Fijians, really, they've gone wide every time they've got the ball. They need a couple of straight angle runners just to hold up that Australian defence, to keep them guessing a little bit here.
Yeah, we know that they love throwing the footy around, but as you say, it's very important that you set those forward foundations first, get over the gain line, push the Aussies back, and then from that point you can look to spread it a bit. Yeah, but at the moment it's just a bit too lateral, probably from both teams.
So 17 minutes remaining in the half. It's been played at a really fast pace like we saw in the previous game. We're up to day 2 here at the Oceania Under-20s tournament. It just seems as the longer these teams have had together, the better they're playing together. And it's resulting in some very quick, fast running rugby at Bond University. 7-0. The game is still in the balance. And everybody, I'd like to say a special bulla to all our fans in Fiji watching on rugby.com.au. Oh, nice work there. Coming through was Delaki. As we mentioned, running some angles, and they come up with a nice display there. As Badaniu takes them forward. Looking for some settlers. Mami Donu. And there he is again, Big Targi. The crowd goes up every time he gets the ball. He comes out the back. Nava Bale looking for some width. Finding it, can't get a ball away there, Batitu. And they're coming now. Turugavola making meters every time he touches the ball. The number 11. As they play wide and look to settle. Good line speed shown. There's the captain there, Mayanava Nua, is taken. They're throwing the ball around beautifully as Rabuka on the far side. The breakaway can't consolidate the ball though, so it's going to be a penalty to Australia. Not making too many metres, but certainly throwing the ball around here, the Fijian side, Sam.
Yeah, no, we've seen again there. They've had at least 7 phases, and they've only picked up 10 metres or so. The Aussies are showing some good line speed. It's a bit staggered, but they're doing well. They're making their first up tackles, and the Fijians don't really look like breaking the line at the moment.
And you see the Australian forwards there in the huddle, just trying to get things going for the forward pack. Bit of crowd action here on rugby.com.au. Coming off the top. Here's Juiced attacking the line. Inside ball. Namanu over the 40. Here's Scott Young again. Putting his hand up. Johnson Holmes. You can always bet that he'll be the next one after Scott Young taking it forward. Now Hewitt down the short side, running out of space though. Ewan was there in support. Nusafora going wide to Juice. Juice behind to Hunt. Riley. Oh, the pass is poor. Almost popping up, but it's going to be called back for a knock on by the Fijians, is it? Yes, it is. So just that execution in the midfield, not quite there, Sam.
Yeah, I think the Fijians probably had that covered anyway, even if Riley got that ball out. It looked to be a 3-on-3, and they had the Australians covered, but yeah, look, that was better by the Aussies. They're running off Nusafora a bit more, getting over the gain line. Guys like Scott Young and Johnson Holmes doing their job there. But yeah, as we get it out to the backs, just not quite crisp at the moment.
Not quite clicking as Juice looks like he may be calling to power round for an open side play. So referee just having a chat now to the props. And you can see the big Fijian Targi. He's a monolith.
If we're calling Daniela Tupou, Tongan Thor. What's his name, you reckon? You got anything off the top of your head?
The Fijian flyer is all I've got.
That's used for every Fijian player, I think.
So here's Tupou on the far side, looking to create some space and get some good go forward there as Juice plays in. They go out the back and Hunt ends up with it. Scott Young dummies, goes through in a nice run. Juice on the short side looking for Riley. Oh, what a hit coming from the blind side was Vuga Koto. Here's Mafu. Mafu settles things down and Juice looks to be hurt. We may be able to get a replay on the hit because he came from the blind side then and got him from behind. It was a heavy contact and Juice looks like he's got the juice knocked out of him.
He's got every right to be hurt. I think he got absolutely smashed there. I didn't expect it either.
Well, it's interesting here. Nusafora is going to take the shot and boom.
Kind of got him just
around the hip.
Yeah, it's a great shot. Very good shot.
Certainly a heavyweight.
So the Aussies again there. Again, just doing some good stuff to get over the gain line, but they're not using their backs. They're not creating enough space for their backs at the moment, I don't think. And that's a problem because Hunt and Riley aren't quite clicking. Passes aren't quite finding each other on the chest. So just something to work on there as we finish up this first half and look into the second half.
As you see the cameras ground level, they follow the ball around and Nusafora makes no mistake there. So 10-0 and with good respect shown there by the Australian side to take the shot against the buoyant Fijian side here at Bond University.
Yeah, rightfully so as well. The Fijians have been great on the defensive side of the ball.
So straight and deep, they decide to go the Fijians, coming off the side of the boot. And the exit easily done, nice and clean by the Australians, but they go quickly. The Fijians looking to counter. Bogadrow feeding. Navabale is going to kick towards Juice, and Juice takes the ball. Not much to work with, but he's going to get a kick downfield, and that is tremendous as Matawalu, the halfback, cleans it up. And Batitu with plenty of time to punch it back. Namanu now looking to link up with Tapau. And Tapau's going to punch it back towards that corner. And he's still there is Matawalu looking to pass the ball inside now to Navabale. Navabale now kicking to the other corner, finds some open space. And the ball bouncing to the side and he's coming. Nusafora is going to have to do something with it. And here's Tapau coming forward, getting some space and slicing them up the middle. Turnover there to Fiji, and it's going to be a penalty though.
He's off his feet the entire time there, never supported his own body weight, so correctly penalised.
10-0 the score. Do they go for the touchline or do they try and... Yeah, they're going to go for touch here. I thought maybe try and extend the lead a little bit more. Probably take the pressure off.
It's probably within Nusafora's capabilities, that sort of 45 range, but yeah, I think the Aussies feel like they might be able to get a try on the board here.
You see they're juiced. He's copped some punishment here today, a couple of pretty heavy tackles on and off the ball. They're certainly letting him know that they're there, the Fijian defensive line. We go right into the line out here. You'll see Scott Young calling it. And it goes over the top again. So Fiji come up with it. They're going to have to show some patience to work their way out of their own 22. The Australians, they're hungry. And not a bad clear and kick off his own line there from Navabale. And you can't miss him in those bright green boots, can you, Sam?
Yeah, they're pretty sharp, aren't they? No, the Aussies don't have so many boys with... Tupou's got some pretty sharp green ones on too.
And they're really making it hard for this Australian call, the Fijians. Making it loud as Mafu has the ball. And you can hear the crowd. They're winding up. It comes off the back this time. Juiced. Short ball to Hunt. And great line speed again by Fiji. But Hunt takes them forward.
I think he's off his feet.
Yeah, definitely off his feet. In front of the sticks. You'd think maybe the referee might have a chat soon.
Yeah, they were appealing for a penalty there, but he was clearly straight, using the ground to support his body weight. You can't do that.
So straight in front of the sticks. And Juice is going to go for the sideline. 10-0. 8 minutes to go. And with all intents and purposes, you probably would have backed Australia to be a couple more tries up here.
Yeah, you'd think if you're talking pre-match, you'd think so, but haven't quite shown the dominance that they were probably expected to here.
And there we see the pride of Fiji in the grandstands. The line out being taken right in front of the flag holders corner there as they go now, and again they execute. They settle well as Mafu comes to the back. Nusafora guiding them well, driving on. As they keep going, they hold their feet, the Australians. Mafu's at the back, and the referee's called it back. And that's a penalty to Fiji.
Why would you not keep playing advantage there?
A penalty to Australia. I thought he had his arm around the other way there, yeah. The ball, they were still on their feet. It's an interesting decision again by referee Way.
Another line out. Interesting that they're not going the scrum, considering it's probably been better than the line out so far.
I guess, of course, coming into the New Zealand match, they want to get it right, don't they? They want to. Just Mafu really wants to nail it coming into the last match, and they juggle it that time and this time. They set up better. This is good formation coming towards the line. Mafu's at the back. He's holding onto the ball, but good defence. Mafu breaks! And it's a try! He got good body height, got under, and scores a much-needed 5-pointer for Australia.
Yeah, really good initiative by Mafu there. I think the Fijians would have expected him to break out to the right. He started off, spotted a gap on the left, and dug his way over. So have a look here. Great take at the top of the line now. As we bring it down, Mafu gets transferred to the back, as we've seen so many times for Queensland this year. And as the ball looks to just slide up here, he thinks, going to go left here, spots a hole, goes straight under. Great body height.
Defensively, it was a good package by the Fijian side as well to stifle the rolling maul, and Mafu with his head out. As we see an injury there to, looks like a bicep or an elbow. Going back to the kick now. He certainly broke in there and got a well-deserved try. It was Mafu's. Nusafora kicks. It comes around. Oh, not enough. Hits the post. So as the Fijian players stamp us behind the goal line as they did so the other night.
It's a bit weird.
Yeah, just like to play on Fiji time.
I know that.
As they come back now.
That's good by you.
Wonderful part of Oceania is Fiji. If you get a chance, get over there and discover the world. These Oceania under-20s championships. They're certainly discovering the Gold Coast.
Scrub that kick.
Yeah, just came off the side of the boot again, and Scott Young wasn't really pressured by the chase. And now Swain linking up with Hewitt. Hewitt getting over that advantage line. Juice now with it, has runners outside him in Riley. Riley getting it to Hunt. And Hunt throws a ball, but it's gone forward and into the crowd. Almost going through that Oceania Rugby side on the far side.
Yeah, not great. Not great work by the Aussies, but they're starting to sort of wrestle ascendancy back as we look here past just not finding the man.
Because we're live here on rugby.com.au with about 3.5 minutes remaining. 15-0. So Simon Cron, his demeanour suggests that he doesn't probably deliver too many rockets, but they might get a bit of a pep up at half-time, this Australian side.
Yeah, I dare say so. Not their best half of footy, but as we know, these are essentially trials for the world, so he'll be taking plenty from it, I'm sure.
Of course, saying hello to everyone on rugby.com.au as the Fijians now, this time they play an inside ball. Great tackle by Juiced, forcing the knock on.
Yeah, he's quite solid defensively, Juiced, and that was good. Not only a good tackle, but he read that play very well.
Yeah, great technique, wasn't it? Round the hips. Hitting him in full flight. So 2.5 minutes remaining. The Australians will want to get another try on the board before half-time. The Fijians equally. If they can hit back 15-7 before the stroke of half-time, then that's a very good half by the Fijian side. And a good scrum again by Fiji's. Hewitt has to pick off the back. Juice with good quick hands to Hunt. Hunt now with plenty of space in front of him. Hunt looking for Ewan, but goes on the inside and just doesn't find Angus Allen. The breakaway ran a good line to get there. So Swinton now, the Sydney University representative. Juice does well to get around to Powell, getting it wide, and Namanu just couldn't go with it there.
Just a bit of clever play there by the Aussies, using Scott Young as a decoy. Drew a couple of the Fijians in, but just the passes at the back haven't found their man so far, and we saw that again as they tried to find Namanu, who's been flying, but they just couldn't get that pass to him, and it's really it's been a big hindrance to building any sort of attacking momentum.
The crowd here, they're absolutely loving it, aren't they? And it's probably built. Probably not as much, I guess, as the Friday night fixture, but for Tuesday night, there's probably close to 800 or so here.
Yeah, it's to be expected. It's never going to be as big of a crowd as what we saw last Friday, but hopefully we get a big one. Yep. Aussies and Kiwis on Saturday night.
Everybody watching at home, over 100,000 views via Facebook.
Is that right?
All the platforms, so everybody taking to this tournament. Of course, watching live on rugby.com.au, Facebook, and their homepage. As we see the Australian bench there coming back from their warm-up. Now we go back to the action. The ball comes out. Now they're going to look to go downfield, and I would have liked to have seen the Fijians chance their arm there. Instead, they're going to have to counter this very good bomb, but it goes over the top of Tukania. Can the Australians come up with it? Advantage being played. Fiji going back towards the short side. Turugavola taking a couple with him again. Now the ball coming back under some pressure, and again finding the space. Namanu this time's there to counter-attack, and it's on for sure as he runs into a wall of Fijians. In the end, they came from nowhere and stop him 10 out from halfway. Nice breakdown work there by the Australians. Swain gets it out the back to Hunt, who goes without it in the knock-on, and that's an offside for sure. So looking for the quick tap. Uanakavadra just told to slow down there.
Geez, the Aussies won't be happy with this first half. Just so much drop ball. Simon Cron wasn't happy with how much ball they dropped the other night, and it was probably half as much as they've dropped here in the first half. So some real areas to work on.
Yeah, so with the clock now wound down, the Fijian side, as we've seen throughout the tournament so far, are going to take the shot for goal, Sam.
Yeah, probably wise. That's the last play. Try and get 3 points on the board. And you never know in the second half. The way the Aussies are playing, Fijians are every chance here.
Yeah, great display by the Fijian side in this first half. Equally, the Australian side doing well to get 15 on the ball in a very physical match. Probably came out today not expecting so. Maybe thought they'd get a bit of an easier run, the Australian under-20s. But you've got to treat each game like an international, don't you, Sam?
That's right, mate.
That ball punched low towards the post, and it goes over. So that's going to be half-time, and Australia will lead 15 points to 3 against a very buoyant Fijian side here, Sam. We'll be back with you in about 5 minutes. Thanks, everybody on rugby.com.au. Join in for the second half action. We'll be back.
Just a reminder about Saturday's culmination of the Oceania tournament. The early match will be at 5 o'clock, Fiji and Samoa, and then Australia versus Fiji in the last match of the tournament at 7 o'clock.
Because without it, we wouldn't be able to get the volume that we need to play the way we want to play. You know, the first day we explained why. You know, why they're doing what they've got to do and how that's going to help them. So I haven't had to question any of the boys regarding, you know, the weigh-ins in the morning, post-training hydration and protein. You know, even their mobility, prep, soft tissue stuff that they're doing whilst they're getting strapped in. It's just been, you know, they've been really independent about it. I haven't had to spoon-feed any of them. We're using GPS, so the GPS sits up in between their shoulder blades and it's strapped nice and tightly to their upper back. And basically from that we can identify each individual, you know, what their total distance is in a session, their intensity, so how far they're travelling per minute, which gives us an idea of what type of intensity they're training and playing at. And we can kind of start to identify where guys are starting to, you know, red flag a little bit and you know, adjust training accordingly.
Well, we're back, everybody, on rugby.com.au and, of course, Oceania's homepage, all your social media everywhere. As I look at a couple of dances out here at Bond University, the atmosphere is electric here on Tuesday night. It's 15-3 in this Game 2 of Day 2 in the Oceania Under-20s Championships, and it's been a pretty good showing by Fiji. But equally, the Australian side, they just haven't been up to par so far.
No, they haven't. I was just actually talking to a mate who's watching our stream here on rugby.com.au, and he was saying that the Aussies really need to lift. They have not just been really sloppy with ball in hand, and we heard from Simon Cron the other night who was really not pleased with him about the amount of ball they dropped. And to be honest, they've done worse with their ball handling tonight in picture-perfect conditions compared to the other night where it was literally running sideways. So, yeah, really sloppy start, and they'll want to work on that and put a good score up on the Fijians here as a good sort of 40-minute hit out going into a massive game with the Kiwis on Saturday.
And, of course, watching worldwide on rugby.com.au everywhere from Fiji to France and even back home. So special shout out to my kids at home listening into the rugby.com.au. Leo and Toby loving every minute of this stream, as is everybody around the world. And it's a great initiative by rugby.com.au to get these matches up off the ground. The more content, the better. And of course, we are seeing some great rugby here on the Gold Coast at Bond University, Sam.
Yeah, I think all the teams, this half we've just watched here has probably been the sloppiest we've seen. But other than that, the two games on Friday night and the game before this one, the Samoans taking on the Kiwis, we've seen some really good footy. The Kiwis look like they're the standout side at the moment, as they always almost are at every level of rugby. But regardless of that, all the teams are playing good footy when they do have the ball in hand. And even the Samoans, they got belted by the Kiwis, but they look sharp when they've got the footy in, and that's what you want to see. You want to see teams playing some good attacking rugby.
Yeah, you definitely do. And of course, we spoke earlier to Tony Hanks, the general manager of high performance for the Auckland Blues, saying how important these tournaments are to not only Australia, New Zealand, Fiji, but indeed the entire Oceania, because it's something to work for to get into this tournament, because it certainly steadies each nation for the upcoming Worlds. Yeah, the Worlds are massive, and all the talk from the Southern Hemisphere nations is that it's really tough to compete with the Northern Hemisphere nations. Like England have had their 20s in camp for 6 or 8 months, so this tournament's really important for that, to get that team structure going. As we see now, the crowd is building, and down in the far corner, the Fijian side running onto the field here at Bond University. And behind us, I can hear that huddle from the Australian side, willing each other to come out firing in this second half. But Fiji, as they get in their own huddle, forming on halfway, this promises to be a spectacular second half here at Bond University. 40 minutes to play here on Game 2. As Australia now coming onto the field. The troops look a little weary. They have to lift, Sam. Yeah, they will. I'm not sure whether Chrono gave them a rocket there, but you'd think they would have. As we'll probably see a few changes here already as the boys are running out. You see Reds Queensland skipper Liam Wright out there, along with Elena Ikitau. So it'll be interesting to see where those boys have come on and who they've come on for. Yeah, Ikitau was great the other night. I'd say he would have come into the centres, maybe for Riley, who played on the wing the other night. They looked better when they had Riley on that right wing. Clay Ewan and Tupou just not quite getting their communication right. So, well, yeah. Ewan's still on the field. What else have we got? Tony Hunt's still there. Yeah, I think Riley. Oh, Tupou's, here we go. Tupou's come from the field. Yeah, Tupou's off the field, so Riley may have moved to fullback, or maybe Ewan. Namanu's moved to fullback by the looks of things, so getting it right the third time. And now the second half action begins. Coming in and over the top. And here come Fiji chasing down the ball, starting the second half where they left it. Putting plenty of pressure on this Australian side as they look to try and counter-ruck there. And there's Vugakoto pulled off some massive hits in that first half of the Fijian hooker. So the ball coming back, looking to exit. The pressure's on. And the kick not finding too much distance up to the 22, so it's going to be a hard slog in this second half.
Yeah, it's a tough start again for the Aussies. Fiji, though, just not the most skillful side, but they're really just giving it a real red-hot crack.
So Angus Allen, we just saw there, he's come from the field as well, looking like he may have a bit of an ankle complaint. He had a pretty good first half, and he's hit at the back, he's big target. They know he's the danger man. Ducking under the tackle is Ulanakavadra. Now they look to go wide, going lateral again, and they find a bit of space, the Fijians. This could be a try. This will be a try to Tukania.
Gee whiz. That's some great footy by the Fijians. They've left quite sure he missed that tackle. Looked like he might have had him covered, but as he slid across, he just could only get one arm out. And the big outside centre flew straight past him. Got an injury here.
Yeah, it looks like Hunt's injured as well. We go to the replay here.
He's come across through it. Might have been the Manu there who's just missed that tackle. No, it wasn't. I'm not sure who it was, but yeah, some great wheels shown by Tukania to get through. He's threatened all night, and he's got to try.
Yeah, you can't miss those green boots, that's for sure. Flashy as he points to the heavens, and Fiji get their first try of the night. 15-8 with the kick to come.
Yeah, that's exactly what the Fijians would have wanted straight out of the gate. Great kickoff, put some good pressure on the kickoff chase, and then subsequently able to get the ball back. And we've seen a great run by Tukania after some good space opened up by the Fijian backs.
And he's hit that, and the flags go up. So the difference now, 5 points, with Australia leading 15 points to 10. And you can see the Fijian side in the middle of the field, just taking their time and getting back for the kick.
Never seen that happen before.
They certainly want this match, don't they, Sam?
It's a big 10-15 minute patch coming up here for the Aussies.
So Juiced, the restart is not there either. It bounces towards the sideline. Fiji pick it up anyway. Ulanakavadra chancing nothing here. As Turgavola stands in at half. They go flats. Does well to hold on to that ball there, Kavu. This game really lighting up and opening up.
Great hands.
Bogadreo flick pass, and then he gets into halfback as they kick across field. Coming over there was Juiced. Lucky Juiced was alert to the situation because there was 4 or 5 Fijians steaming onto that as Scott Young now looks to set some balance, but no, it's knocked on the back by Nusafora.
Great work by Juiced to clean that ball up. Looked like the Fijians might have spotted a bit of space there, but he did well to get to that ball on the full.
Yeah, a couple of Fijians down. The number 8 Bogadreo copped a bit of a knock around the knee there. And Ulanakavadra as well was down, and Kavu's down as well. So the Fijians...
Folks, we've had a problem with the clock. There's a technical hitch there, so it's out of action at the moment, so please don't pay attention to the scoreboard clock.
Pay attention to ours still, yep.
Yes, as we hear the ground announcer here for Bond University doing a great job. Problem with the clock, but there's certainly not a problem with the scoreboard. 15 points to 10 on the far side.
As we said, it'd be interesting to see whether Simon Cron tries to bring a few more subs on here, because the Aussies are under the pump big time. Fiji have come out flying. The Aussies haven't been able to go with them yet.
They need an impact player, really, don't they? And Farmasuli, even though he's not the best scrummager out there, but they need something to get this Fijian side on the back foot, because they're really up in their face. Their line speed is second to none at the moment. So the ball comes off the back. Oh, look at that. The skip. Bogadreo, but he's met it in the air. That's almost an advantage played as he took the leap. And yeah, the referee says penalty, not rolling away.
He's been outstanding, Bogadra, straight out of half time here. He's absolutely flying every time he touches the foot. He looks like he's going to break the line open. So taking a shot.
Taking the shot. The Australian contingent to our left here, they're all quiet, they're all silent. And the Fijians to our right, they're buoyant, they're up. And they're happy at the moment. This Fijian side giving nothing away here at Bondi University.
He kicks this and it makes it bloody interesting. It could be really red hot game on if he kicks this. Just struggled from these kicks from about 35 or longer out so far.
We can see Theo Strang warming up on the sideline, the halfback. Nusafora.
Nusafora's been good, but just, Strang's a good impact player. He's always good to come on this time of the game. Probably New South Wales' best player, I reckon, throughout the Super Under-20s.
Well, a credit, I guess, to the Fijian side because Nusafora hasn't had the best ball here today either, coming off the back of, I wouldn't say a beaten forward pack, but it's certainly a forward pack that's had to compete. As we see the kick now,
It's missed.
and it's just missed again. So they've missed 3 kicks too, Fiji. If you can take that into account.
2 clicks on here.
Oh, almost going for it too. Ikatau was the man with the ball. So Juiced receiving the ball now. Will he go long? Yes, he does. They don't want to play in their own half as Navabale comes across. Goes inside to Batitu, who immediately goes across field as they chip and chase. Namanu is there, getting away in great position. He's moved back into fullback, Namanu, and immediately we see the results there, and he's lost the ball. Target with great hands inside now, and the flick pass was almost thrown by Matawalu. He does well to hold it in. Turugavola picks and drives, but he's called back for holding on.
The Fijians look like they're about to break this game open.
We may get a look at the replay there because it was some good play.
Yeah, it was Namanu just tried to fight his way through that tackle, maybe just should have dropped a bit earlier. As we have a look at the replay here, just a couple of great passes here, good hands by the Fijians.
He was looking for the flick pass too.
As we see here, not releasing on this ball.
Yeah, rolled across a couple of times. And there is an injured player down out there. We'll try and get the number. He's been good, hasn't he? Ulunaka Vajra, the number 7, just getting some attention there. As Strang comes on the field, and Lockie Swinton's also been replaced as well.
So we've seen Juice come off. So Strang going into 10, which is interesting.
Yeah, he played very well in 10. Did Theo Strang at the back end of the New South Wales game. And that's not the best pass as they put the rocker on him. As Dylan Riley now forced to clean up. Strang stands wide, looking for inside runners. Swain gets the ball to Hunt, goes behind him. Does well in the end, Hunt driving the legs forward. Goes back to Strang, it's been taken back in. And he'll look for some space, but won't find it. And here's Turugavola looking for an incisive run, and he almost gets away. The ball comes out the side, though, for Mafu. It's a turnover. Great clean out in the end, too. And Nusafora, cool head on his shoulders, gets the box kick. It's trouble if the Australian captain can get it. Yes, he can. Ikatau with the ball inside. It popped up into Hewitt's arms. And unfortunately, again, the execution not quite there, Sam.
No, it's better though. Great work on Nusafora to spot a bit of space off the turnover. It's always good to see Nines play some heads-up footies. He kicks in behind here, and the bounce was just horrible. And as we see Hewitt come through and strip the ball, just pop this pass here, Ikatau.
Well, Johnson Holmes is on the inside, and he can.
Would have loved to make
sniff
Pipe.
out a try, Johnson Holmes.
First time in this half, really, the Aussies have had some field position, so they want to be holding on, just pin this Fijian outfit inside their own half because they're dangerous.
The Fijian scrum in the first half was very good as Australia tried to attack the scrum, but they hold strong again, and they'll get a good exit out of it as well as the ball stays in touch. Namanu bounces off his chest. He's going to look for Ewan on the inside, and he finds him. As they all come back now. And again, the chase by Fiji. It's good and has wrapped them up over halfway, and they get some good distance on the clearing kick.
The Australian lucky to hang on there. I thought the Fijians might have turned that over.
Playing wide, Blythe. Here's Ewan. Ewan in the green headgear. You can't miss him. The ball goes towards the touchline, and it's going to be a knock on. So really unnecessary pushing of passes here by the Australian 20 side. And if you were Coach Michael Cron, you'd be putting the call out there, just pick and drive, guys.
Simon Cron.
Yeah, Simon Cron, sorry.
I just think at the moment the Aussies, it's been more of the same. They haven't really changed their pattern of play, haven't really tried to tighten things up coming out of that halftime break. And Strang, I think, is actually starting to direct play pretty well, but they're just lacking a bit of composure. That's what I think we're lacking at the moment.
So standing wide, Nava Barley.
Big push.
Oh, great push there by the Australian side. Nava Barley has to go back and clean it up. He'll probably look to kick now. He's decided to go wide. Dalaki. And here's the try scorer, Tukania with a big palm, but can't get it. Good pressure. Oh, there's a bit of space. Turugavola steps inside. Oh, Ewan comes across. Great hit, but they keep it alive. The Fijians, everybody's on their feet here.
Oh, Hewitt's off his feet.
Yeah, Hewitt off his feet there. Here he is again, Navabarle. Oh, and the big man, Targi, gets a ball away, and it just doesn't stick.
Geez, the Fijians look the better team at the moment.
They've come back for the penalty. Advantage was being played.
Couple of sore bodies.
So it'll be interesting to see what option they take here. 15-10, we've seen them go for goal every time.
Look at the replay here. Navabarle just putting big Targi straight through. Just couldn't get that final pass. Looked like they might have gone over too if they did that, as we see them have another shot at goal. It's interesting because I think they actually look better with ball in hand than the Aussies, so why not have a crack at the try?
Yeah, but T2, this is his favoured side though, so we'll see how he goes. 52 minutes down. It's about 28 minutes remaining.
Yeah, game's on a knife edge at the moment. And the majority of people who turned up here tonight at Bond University would have been thinking the Aussies, the better team, even though they've made a few changes. They should have got the job done. So if they kick this, Fiji, 2 points down, the way they're playing, they're a red-hot chance to go on and win this match.
So Battitu hasn't had the best of nights with the kicking tee. Great camera work as well. Oh, and he's hooked it. So Australia let off there. I'll tell you what, if Fiji land on their kicks, they're 21-15 up.
Yeah, they should be ahead. Just unlucky. He looks like his confidence is in his head at the moment. When you're kicking him that bad, it's often more mental than anything.
Harsh critic, Sam Phillips, but anyway, here they come. Battitu. Navabala directing his play. Turugavola it was that time. Navabala standing wide. Oh, goes behind him now. Here's a real chance for Australia. Oh, Strang is taken high and may find himself in trouble here. Navabala. And that will be a real shame if he spends time in the bin, because he's been one of the best out there.
Yeah, that was it's unfortunate. I don't think it was intentional.
Yeah, the big arm went out, didn't it?
But you can't do that. Nearly took his head off.
Yeah, yellow card comes out, which is unfortunate for this Fijian side. They're going to really have to lift now, because he's been directing the players, I was saying before, really well in his second half, the number 10.
How about the game sense by Strang to just fly through on that? Great hands to pick it up. But yeah, and he looked like he could have set off there, but absolutely cut in half by a high tackle there.
Elements living for the fly half for Fiji for a high tackle.
So they're going to go for goal as well. As you see Navabale on the sideline there, trying to hide the disappointment in his face.
Big kick this for Nusafora. Put the Aussies 2 scores in front with still a good chunk of the match to play, but psychologically to have that 2-score buffer makes this a pretty important kick for the Aussies.
I guess now with Navabale off the field in the 10, to go to Nusafora's kick, Tagi comes in as the natural fly half, the big number 3. As we go now to the kick, it looks good, and it is good. So Australia now ahead, 18-10, as you said, 2 scores in front.
It's a difference, isn't it? Reds Tars the other night, difference was Benapoli's goal kicking. Nusafora's goal kicking is a difference so far between these 2 teams.
Johnson Holmes rushes across the field. They're going to kick the opposite way now. And that's a nice restart again by Fiji. Strang gets around it. Plenty of time. The chase. Ooh, it was there, and Strang got a wobbly looking kick towards the touchline up to about the 40.
Strang had a little less time then than he thought. He very relaxed.
Well, he sort of came from nowhere. He surprised everyone there. The chaser, I believe is number 6, Rabuka, came through on it. You're going to have to get the set piece right here, Fiji. They're a man down. Ball comes off the back. Australia look to be potentially offside there. Referee says no. They go to left. Batutu kicking in behind. Namanu pops up, does it. Australia come up with it. That little kick in behind really bothering Ewan at the moment, isn't it, Sam?
Yeah, it's Ewan and their fullback at the moment, Namanu, just haven't quite got that positioning right.
Bogadrow with a kick downfield. Nusafora comes back as Namanu looks to clear them out of trouble. Turgavola, what can he do? He's been dangerous, but this time a good kick chased by the Australian side. The best of the night for the team in gold. But that's not so good as there's a bit of space down the touch line for Rabuka. He didn't have much room to play with. And maybe confused by the white and black linings here.
Not a big fan of that. But again, the Fijians just exploiting a bit of space. Pillar defence not quite good enough from the Aussies there. And the halves are really doing a good job of exploiting that space, identifying it and putting players through holes.
Mafu has the ball now. Goes to the back and lucky to get away with that one. Strang takes the line on.
That's better.
Nice work by Hunt. That's better. That's more direct. This is what the Australian side needs. As the ball comes out, Darcy Swain carries him forward. Goes in front of Johnson Holmes, who's looking for the ball to Mafu. His front row hooking partner, Scott Young now. This is where they look good, the Australians. Interchanging forward play. Johnson Holmes go through Strang now. They look to play wide to Hunt. Namanu trying to get on the outside of his man, but great defence on the fringes by Fiji. Strang now calling his forwards out. Oh, Darcy Swain. I felt that from up here, Sam. Oh, inside and oh! He's almost gone with it. Batitu, the intercept. If he could have plucked that, it would have been a foot race and it would have been a try.
It would have been game over, I think. That would have been a try under the sticks for the Fijians. Strang just a half a second too late on that pass. It was a great idea, right idea. Just couldn't get that pass off in time, and the Fijians nearly had 7 points.
Yeah, Batitu, we see him there. He shakes his head, but he can hold his head high because he has been the linchpin in defence here tonight.
How impressive has this Fijian performance been? I'm not sure if it's a direct result of the Aussies being quite poor, because the other night they showed signs of this against the Kiwis. Do you think they've been markedly better?
Yeah, definitely. The Fijians tonight have come out. I think their defence is the big thing tonight. They've really been solid on the fringes, where the other night against New Zealand they were probably left a little bit short out wide, where they've really adjusted well to the Australians playing that wide ball, especially when they come behind the forwards. I think it's probably telegraphed a little bit too much by the Australians. Maybe go to do a couple more forwards rather than go behind. What do you think?
Yeah, I agree. I also think the Fijians are really starting to click. We heard from their skipper Timo Moana Val the other nights, and he was quite emphatic in the way that he thought this was their first sort of game together. A lot of these boys playing Fiji schoolboys last year, so it's good to get them back together, and we're seeing them click now.
So the ball comes in, Nusafora. Good scrum by Australia. Hewitt goes to the left, and they kick in behind for Ewan. Caught short, and Ewan, he's very quick as it goes towards the touchline. Badaniu caught short, or caught a lacking there, and he was forced to turn and chase, and Ewan was steamy onto it.
Yeah, don't mind that option at all. I know that Nusafora's got a good kicking game on him, so if we can put some pressure on this Fijian line out, it could pay dividends.
Yeah, definitely, and they're a man up, the Australian side, so they'll need to exploit it here and come away with some points. None better at the set piece, and it comes off the top, and Australia come up with it. Knock on, they drive towards the line. Held up, says the referee, and it was hard to tell from our angle, but he was right on the spot, Jordan Way.
Yeah, as we just said, really important that the Aussies put pressure on that Fijian line out. It's exactly what they've done, and now they've got a prime attacking opportunity, no better place to have a scrum than 5 metres out from the opposition's try line.
I see Riley's moved to the wing here on the side closest to us on the left, and the Manu playing it a bit tighter. So Riley will be tough to stop if they can spread it. The breadth of the field. Oh, good pressure there on Nusafora. Matawalu, his opposite, really getting in his face there. Strang now goes wide. Ikatau stepping, but finds the shoulder of Batitu. And here's Scott Young coming around, but he's isolated. They'll try and get over the ball here, Fiji, but they can't. Here's Ewan. Ewan stepping off the left. But again, one out stuff here by the Australians. They look very disjointed as Strang now attacks the line. And Hunt running the angle on the inside. Strang comes back around, looking to feed wide. Oh, the knock on. So again, execution out wide. This time it was by their captain Hewitt. Just not happening here for the Australian under-20s.
Yeah, not a great pass for Reece to clean up there. He's usually got some really good hands on him as well. So you have a look here, he's taking it about his shin level. So Aussies looking a bit better there, but again, just that execution after 4 or 5 phases, they're starting to fall off a bit. But at least they're still in this Fijian half. The longer they keep them down here, the better.
Of course, we're live on rugby.com.au and the Oceania YouTube channel as well, all around the world. Australia, New Zealand, Fiji, everyone's enjoying as the ball comes back. And that's not the best clearing kick, unfortunately, by the try scorer, Tukania. Finding about 2.5 metres.
Under a bit of pressure, that scrum, and as a result, it's a pretty sloppy ball. Pass was completely behind Tukania. Didn't really have any other option there but to bang it out on his left foot.
So 2 minutes remaining of the sin beating as well, as we see Australia now trying to look to exploit this overlap, and they'll go into the maul, but again, Fiji hold strong. Mafu's at the back. He scored a try off the back earlier on, and they reform, and they charge towards the line now. They're still going the Australian side. Can they get it? Not through overlap, but through sheer force and determination. Here they come. They're close. Jordan Way's right there, and that's a try! Mafu. His second try of the game, Sam, and if you can't go around them, the old saying is, go over them.
Yeah, mate, that's exactly what they've done, isn't it? They have struggled to go outside of the Fijians, and they've just gone. The two tries tonight have been a result of some good rolling maul play. And at the end of the day, if you're not getting your flashy stuff right, you go back to your basics. So we see Mafu just holding the ball at the back of the maul here, biding his time, waiting for his forwards to take him over. And eventually, as it sort of starts to split the Fijians up the middle, they get that drive, good leg drive by the forwards, and dives over the referee way. Spots it on the ground.
Yeah, he was right on the spot. Good positioning by the referee. And the Australians, with a nice try, we wouldn't go as far as saying well-deserved, but they've toiled hard for it. Certainly made to work for it by Fiji here.
Yeah, they haven't. The Aussies will be the first to admit. Let's have a look here at Nisafora. Is it through again?
Flags go up. Looks like Lonigan played very well the other night. Lonigan, he's warming up on the touchline.
Yeah, they've both been good, haven't they? The halfbacks for Australia. But yeah, as we were saying, being able to stop Fiji, putting more points on the board, be that through some poor kicking off the tee as well as, I guess, some good defensive work. The Aussies deserve a bit of credit for being able for keeping them to 10 points so far, while they haven't been at their best.
And now Fiji with a full complement, so just conceding the one try with a man down. That's a very good effort defensively by the Fijians. They're under all sorts of pressure. But here's the restart now, and again, typically a good one, but getting up there, Darcy Swain. Nicely taken. Looks like Tuadraki's on the field as well for Fiji in the 22 jersey. Oh, what about that? And that's a penalty. We may see... Oh, the quick tap's taken. Petitu saw the opportunity. They're going to have to compose themselves as Australia is all over the ball here. 15 out.
It's on over. Harry Johnson-Holmes.
Yeah, Johnson-Holmes did well over the ball. Now they counter-attack here. Ewan's on the outside. He gets the ball, steps on the inside, but Fiji adjust well and scramble. Now Strang goes wide. Finds Swain and Strang doing well coming around the corner. The makeshift fly half. Mafu running wide, pops it up to Scott Young with a bit of space. Namanu gets it back inside. Oh, picked up and driven. Right it was. So Strang, here's Johnson-Holmes. He'll take the ball himself and take some metres off this Fijian side. The Fijians look like they may be just tiring here. As Hunt gets the ball out. Oh, Ewan can't go with it. And again, the quick hands. Just not sticking again.
Still far better by the Aussies. Great initially by that, after that quick tuck, Liam Wright flew across field to stop a certain try for the Fijians, and then they turned the ball over through Johnson-Holmes and show some good hands both ways to work their way 60 metres up the field. And despite that miscommunication there, not getting Ewan on the ball.
It's the tournament director there, Wayne Schuster, for the Oceania Rugby side. Doing a great job of the tournament, isn't he?
Yep. Good man, great man. Yeah, the Aussies will be happy with that. Look like the Fijians might score, and they've put them back in their own half.
A bit of trivia too about Wayne. He's actually related to John Schuster, the former Newcastle Knights great.
Is that right? How so?
Cousins.
There you go.
Who at 41 years of age has decided to come back and play for North Newcastle. 51 years of age, sorry.
Maybe the Knights look at recruiting him, mate. They're going that bad.
Well, they certainly need it. There's Namanu getting some attention in back play there. So we've got about 13 minutes remaining in play.
Number 7 after very tireless effort there. Off the field. So Louis Nakavaja.
Yeah, Louis Nakavaja coming off the field. He's had a good game as well, the Fijian breakaway. Now, we may see a host of replacements by the Australians coming on. 13 to go. They need to use the bench here. And that clearing kick, not the best by Fiji tonight. In fact, almost calling it dreadful is Namanu getting outside his man. We know he's dangerous, but Fiji come across in droves. Is they going to be called back for the penalty? Yeah, just couldn't get there in numbers. The Fijians, on the other hand, there was about 4 or 5 of them that got there and got across, Sam.
Yeah, we had 3 backs trying to clean out for the Aussies there, and none of them got a good enough hit on. Fijians now with the chance to put some more pressure on the Aussies.
So getting the ball downfield, 25-10 is the score. Of course, the final day's play is here on Saturday on rugby.com.au. Come down to Bond University and support Australia, New Zealand, Fiji or Samoa. It's a great day out and promises to be an awesome afternoon of action if this match is anything to go by. As they get the ball off the top. Searching for the ball is Matawalu. And they go wide on, just going without the ball. Whoa! And here comes Strang. He's very quick in open field. Will he get run down? Almost ankle tap, but under the sticks.
Some superb work by Theo Strang. We saw just about 10 minutes ago when he nearly had his head chopped off. He showed some really good game awareness to pick up on a loose ball by the Fijians, and he screamed through there. And geez, he's quick. He's one of the quickest players in this Australian side, despite being the fly half. So that's exceptional work by Strang.
Yeah, certainly, and he's come on. He's certainly sharpened the attack.
Yeah, as we have a look at the replay here, just that loose ball by Fiji, Strang, as soon as he gets it, takes off. Never looked like slowing down.
Batita almost getting there with the ankle tap, but couldn't quite hold his feet. Great chase, valiant chase, but the score now moves to 30-10 with the kick to come, Sam.
Yeah, I was actually just watching Strang warm up, and they're doing these agility drills, and he looked quicker than anyone else out there. He's really, really quick. Almost Bowden Barrett-like in the way he's a key position player, but he's really sharp.
Yeah, so now the entire front row from the Australian under-20s leaving, and they've had a hard day at the office.
Yeah, a pretty good shift. I think Jocelyn Holmes in particular has been really good again. Marfu obviously got a couple of tries, and
Chapman solid.
Yeah, Chapman was solid. So
against the bigger man in Targi.
Yeah, correct.
That's a big effort.
Big effort. I think that's probably your first choice front row there.
So Lonergan comes on the field as well for Nusafora. Or maybe Nanda Manu has come from the field, so Nusafora probably will go back to fullback here. As they're plugging some holes, a couple of niggling injuries there for the Australian 20s.
He's on the right wing, Nusafora.
And here they go straight away. Farmasuli putting his hand up. Lonergan goes short side. And again, that last pass, Darcy Swain that time, looking to advance the ball, but it goes to nobody. It goes over the touchline.
Trying to get the ball to Dylan Riley there. Of course, 20th birthday today. Been told. It's a big happy birthday to Dylan.
Such is the professionalism these days. Probably will have a nice Powerade or something after the game. Well, that ball not entirely straight, I don't believe, but in any case, Fiji, this is where they're dangerous. Batita kicking through. Riley forced to dive on it, but nobody goes with it. It's towed through again. Lonergan there to clean up and gets a kick away under some pressure. And in the end, it's a good clearance.
Yeah, very sharp work by Lonergan there. Almost in danger of being a try, even if he was tackled. It's going to be under the pump to hold onto the ball there, the Aussies. So, great clean-up work.
So Fiji, good chance to attack and get some more points on the board. We're coming into the final stages of the match with about 8 minutes to play. Ball off the top and taken nicely by Bogadrow. And here they come to Vavale, gets it wide, and Delaki's caught. So the line speed out wide, diving over though, the penalty, quick tap taken, as is custom by the Fijian side. So looking to play wide, but good pressure in the breakdown there. But C2 has a bit to do. Bogadrau turns the ball over. So good strength in the breakdown, but no, here it comes again. Turgavola trying to get them running forward. As they pick and drive here, the Fijians. Looks like it may be a turnover though, Sam. No, they've retained the ball. Navutu this time, the 16. They go towards the try line here. Batitu, he's the go-to man, and that's going to be a penalty to Australia. So great work at the breakdown, strong work at the breakdown, Sam.
Yeah, we saw 2 or 3 times there the Aussies looked to almost to turn the ball over, and the Fijians just weren't quite making good enough contact on their cleanouts. So we see the referee blow up for a couple of sore bodies, a couple of cramps, I think.
Yes, certainly. If anything has got them over this match today, it's the fitness of the Australian side, as the Fijians just struggling a little bit towards the back end of the game.
Yeah, they've been great, the Fijians. They really have, and they deserve good commendation for what they've been able to do. But yeah, just sort of tailing off in the last 10-15 here.
As we see Lonigan showing a little bit of concern there for the injured Fijian player. Looks like Malolo looking to get into the action. He was very good for the Force under-20s this year. It was Malolo in the 16. So Lonigan with the ball, looking to find touch. Not an easy kick from the centre of the field. And he strikes the ball nicely. And almost doesn't find touch, so I nearly put the mocker on that kick too. So Malolo has the ball. Nice off the top. Lonigan gets it to Strang. Strang. Ikatau slicing them up. They may have turned the ball over there. They have the Australians, so they'll come from the back. Navutu picks and drives. Matawalu digging for the ball. Batiti. Good hands again by Tagi. Oh, cut in half. Good defence there. I think that was the captain, Reece Hewitt. Yes, it was. Now they look to go wide. Coming across with Farmasuli on Navutu, who is running across field. And Farmasuli comes up with the turnover. But it's brought back for the advantage. Hewitt down in back play. Looks like it may be a cramp for Hewitt. Trouble walking like the Tin Man of Wizard of Oz.
He's put in a good shift tonight, Reece.
Yeah, he's been good, the captain. He's led by example, as he always does. An Australian under-20s program definitely better off having Reece Hewitt uninjured.
Yeah, as we know, it's 16 months on the sidelines before he came back for the Queensland 20s about a couple of months ago. And since then, he's never really looked like he's missed any time at all. He's one of the more highly touted prospects in Australian rugby at the moment. Captain of the Australian Schoolboys 2015. And he really... His best trait is his defensive work, and that's what we've seen tonight. He just gets up and whacks blokes as often as he can.
He's getting up at the moment. Looks like it may be his hip or a groin.
Groin, calf, hamstring. Definitely time for him to come from the field.
Yes, hopefully nothing serious for Hewitt, the captain for Australia. 32-10 is the score. 5 minutes remaining. And that line out again, scrappy, but Fiji come away with it. The big Targi's standing wide. He'll be the target. Palms off a couple, and then eventually he doesn't make too much, but it takes a bit to put him down. Oh, the big dummy thrown, getting through the other side. Darren Alagi does well to back up. Targi's calling for it again. The big man once more. Navabale standing to the left. Had some time in the sin bin earlier on. So advantage being played to Fiji. Navabale comes towards the right. And Batitu's outside him. So they go for the tap here. This is good positive stuff by the Fijians. Stepping back inside was Matawalu. Finds Navutu. They need ball in hand here. The clock is ticking down. They deserve another try here, the Fijians. As they go towards the line. Comes to the back. They drive over. Great defence on the try line by Australia. They push towards, and that's a try! The big number 3, Tagi, goes over.
You're not going to stop a man of his size that far out. He's an enormous human. And he's only about half a metre needed to pick up for the try there, and he's managed to do that. So I think that's probably a fair reward, you'd say, Gareth, considering how well they've played tonight.
Well, it was scrappy towards the end, but in the end, big Tagi. He's a crowd favourite here at Bond University, and the arms go up. So 32-15, 2 minutes remaining. So the big concern for Australia coming into the match against New Zealand will be against the defence, especially around the midfield, Sam.
Yeah, as we have a look at the Fiji conversion attempt, he's got that one. Yeah, I think you're right, Gareth. There's a bit of work to be done around the pillar post sort of area. The Fijian halves have really snuffed out some space in that region. But they have scrambled well. But yeah, I think a team of the New Zealand stature might take better opportunity of that space if they're given it.
Well done. Oh, nicely taken by the Australians. So the restart sees them regather the ball. Strang. Here's Farmasuli. Farmasuli. Very hard to put down. New to the Australian 20s program, the big man, but we'll probably see more of him. The Strang comes around, and again, there's tired legs out there by the Australians, but Scott Young takes them forward yet again. Blythe may have turned the ball over. Yes, he has. So they'll pick up and they'll get one more chance here, Fiji. With a minute and a half to go. Oh, nice hands by Togi. Down the far side. Oh, what a shot.
Lonigan's in huge trouble here.
By Lonigan putting his body on the line. We'll get a replay on it, but he doesn't look too good. The young halfback.
Let's hope he's all right. It was an enormous head clash there. Maybe head on shoulder. So look at the replay here.
Great hands by the Fijian. Lonigan just got his head in the wrong position there. Hopefully the bigger man.
Hopefully he's okay. Right, he's been good since he's come on too.
Yeah, it doesn't look too good.
You see the head hitting the ground more than anything.
Yeah, I think it was not so much the impact off the shoulder, as you said. I think it was more the impact off of the ground. But he really put his body in on the line, didn't he? Threw everything at it, the halfback.
Yeah, I did credit to him for that too.
And there's a little bit of concern for him.
He's moving his arms and legs, which is a good sign.
Yeah, he's trying to get up before, but I think the trainers are just erring on the side of caution, which is what. Although they have called for the brace to come out, which is certainly not a good sign. But it was exciting stuff. The play, in general play, if we can talk about that, Sam. Fiji certainly have exploited the edges. And those centre channels all day here today.
Yeah, it's obviously cause for concern here for Ryan, but yeah, as you say, there's plenty of positives to take from this match for both teams. They sort of look to build on both of their opening matches going into the clash with Samoa for Fiji and Australia facing the Kiwis on Saturday night as Stretcher comes out here for Ryan.
Yeah, which is... I mean, we wish him well. He's been outstanding since he's come on. He's outstanding the other night as well. So let's hope everything goes well for him. It's only precautionary. As we see there, the crowd on a Tuesday night, it's pretty good. There's our camera crew here for Bar TV Sports and, of course, rugby.com.au doing a great job. And it's great producing the live stream for all our producers and our camera guys out here all around the ground. And there you are, Sam, up the back there. So as we go back to the action now, what's been your standout here today, I guess, Sam? With less than a minute to play.
Standout play for the Aussies?
Yes, or your standout moment?
I think it's a good question. I think probably for the Aussies, Scott Young's put in a good shift, but probably not quite as impactful as he would have liked. I think Jaden Amano's been good from the back, but yeah, probably Hewitt as well. I thought really dominated the game when he was on his come off now, but he looked pretty sharp.
Yeah, certainly in special mention, I guess, to Theo Strang, who since he's come on has really directed them well. He's a makeshift fly half, normally playing halfback, but he's come in and he's really provided a bit of direction here for this Australian side.
Yeah, he did that a lot for New South Wales. We saw that, didn't we? We saw young Banjo Travers come on at 9 and Theo would push out at 10. And I don't know if it was the best combination for New South Wales, but he's done very well here tonight.
Moving forward, do you think maybe Juice is better suited at inside centre? I know I mentioned it the other night, but I just think they move across the field a little bit too much and they need to play more direct.
I think he's pretty solid. Juice, but yeah, he has played a bit of 12 before. It'll be interesting to see when guys like Hamish Stewart are available, whether we go with the Aussies go with the 9-10 New South Wales Stewart Queensland combo and maybe shift Juice into inside centre.
As we see the Fijian bench there, they're rugging up as the temperature drops here on the Gold Coast. Bond University. As young Lonergan coming from the field now. As the crowd claps him off, as do the players.
Let's hope he's okay.
Yeah, definitely. We'll get all the news on rugby.com.au to see how young Ryan goes after the match. Of course, everything up to date, live and exclusive on rugby.com.au for Australia and around the world. So, with less than a minute remaining, 58 seconds to be precise. We'll see how they go. Here the Fijians. Can they go up the middle? Yes, they do. Just catching everyone unawares. There's Rabuka again. He's brought out the running game in the second half, Rabuka. They're looking to commit numbers to this breakdown. Another Barley. He's calling for the ball, but they're going to keep it in tight here, Sam. They pick and drive again. You're going to have to be cautious here. The Australians very good over the ball. But the ball's come to the back again. This time they go wide. Petitu stepping, almost catching. Scott Younger was almost catching him unawares. The big palm came out. But now they're close. They'll look to pick and drive here. The Fijians, surely. They can't afford to be held up. They need to keep the ball at the back as they go towards the line. They're probably about 3 metres out. Oh, the body height wasn't quite there, but they managed to get the ball back. Great composure shown at the back by the young halfback, Matawalu, just getting his trips in there. You can see him directing the traffic. Here's Big Targi. Can't get his hands on the ball, though. He's forced to commit to the breakdown, and that's a try, is it? Yes, it is. Wow. Great composure shown by the Fijian side coming into full time. 80 minutes has gone, and they get one right on the bell.
Pick and drive, pick and drive, and pick and drive, the order of the day for the Fijians. Aussies couldn't quite hold the momentum, and yeah, they've been able to get over a couple of late tries here, which is really good positives for them going forward. As we have a look here, halfback Matawalu just telling his forwards to dig in time after time, and eventually that pillar defence again from the 8.
Yeah, Bogadrow.
It's been superb second half.
I think they were expecting it to come from the back, but he just picked up from the middle of the breakdown. And
see that happen a bit, don't you? A bit of a sneaky straight over the top action. So yeah, a bit too late, little too late from the Fijians, but they'll take big positives out of that.
So Batitu comes in, kicks, and this one is successful.
24 at
So 32-24 is the final score here on rugby.com.au, and a gallant effort by the Fijian side here on rugby.com.au. Sam, who was your best out there? For me, for Fiji, I think Turugavola, every time the winger got the ball, there was danger there.
Yeah, I'm going to give a split decision here between Harry Johnson-Holmes and Reece Stewart for me. I thought they were both superb for the Aussies.
Yes, and we'll let you go, Sam. It was a good effort there by both sides, but Australia with a lot of work to do coming in to the final games on Saturday, as Sam Phillips goes and gets all the exclusives for rugby.com.au as the scoreboard doesn't show it right now, but it's 32-24 on rugby.com.au. Of course, all the action coming to you live and exclusive on rugby.com.au and Oceania on Saturday as the crowd leaves the ground. It's been an unbelievable effort by the Fijian side. All our viewers from Fiji, we thank you for tuning in, of course, indeed around the world with a great effort. The final score 32-24. And it's been great hosting here for rugby.com.au. I'm Gareth Wazick, and we will catch you next time.